Hey, okay, I'm back for part two. I got interrupted on my previous video by a video phone call from my wife. So I'll pick it up. I'll try to pick it up where I left off. As I was saying, the insurance policy I had from a company called MetLife, which at this point I do not recommend, denied my claim. And it would have been enough money that I would have been able to make a couple, 3 house payments in advance, so I wouldn't have to be worrying about that. Take care of my medical bills. I do have decent insurance. It's an 80-20 co-insured policy. So right now I'm stuck with 20% of the first, I think it's the first 20,000, and then they paid 100% after that. But still, that's a pretty good bit of money. I don't know how I'm going to take care of the hospital, which all written out. This is something else too that I kind of get a little upset about. Let me get over here to where the light's better. Okay, so I was operated on September 24th. I get to the hospital that morning on the 24th at 4:45 a.m. 5:15, I'm sitting in the chair in front of the administrative assistant, I'll call her. I'm not sure what her title is. But as a part of getting admitted into the hospital, at the end of everything, she goes, "Oh, here, by the way, look this over and sign the back." And of course, it was not the final bill, but the preliminary bill. And the preliminary bill was for $284,000. Yes, you heard that. That's just the hospital. That didn't include radiology, that didn't include my labs, didn't include my surgeon, didn't include the anesthesiologist, didn't include who was the other person that was there? There were 3 doctors. So anyway, it was a surgeon's group, and I've gotten a bill from one of them, but not the other 2. And his bill alone, in the 5.5 hours in the surgical suite, charged me right at $11,000. So, very quickly, my total medical bills right now are well exceeding $325,000. And the hospital, as good as most of the staff is at this particular hospital, which I'm not going to name in fairness to them, because most of the stay was good, so I'm not going to name the hospital or my doctor, even though I highly recommend this physician. He was excellent, just excellent. And my current cardiologist is excellent as well. But it's just been 2.5 months so far of the highest of highs, thanking and praising the Lord above that, I woke up at 7 p.m. or so in the hospital, and I was breathing. Had tubes literally sticking out of every part of my body, from my legs that were encased in some sort of wrap that every few seconds they squeezed for blood clots, to having a catheter, to having a chest tube, to just everything that goes along with a major surgery. But I decided to make this video for a couple of reasons. One, to kind of shit on the insurance company a little bit, because they're a bunch of dicks. And the other reason is if there's people out there who's watching this that are younger and pay attention to some of the advice I'm going to talk to you about here. Probably my biggest contributor to this illness that I have, which I still have. I'm still diagnosed with coronary artery disease, which I take meds for. Take meds for heart arrhythmia, blood pressure, and a few other items. But the biggest contributing factor was smoking. Wow, it was just crazy. And also, this disease is hereditary, so I got some of this stuff from genetically from my father's side of the family, which as a whole I can't say a lot of good about them either, because my dad was a gambling alcoholic that was just a demon from hell. Sometimes that's the way he was. In his younger days, he was just a mean son of a bitch. But anyway, so a lot of it comes hereditary. But the other thing is, man, if you're smoking, put them damn things down, man. You can live without those things, okay? I'm doing it. Smoked for 43 years. Bad shit, man. It took that long for me to get my ass kicked, but don't let it happen to you. I consider myself lucky because my illness was diagnosed at a time to where I could actually schedule a couple weeks out all this kind of stuff and prepare myself and family and put it in the best scenario rather than the worst scenario. And so far I'm healing well. Have a couple lingering issues. My breastplate or my chest plate is not healing as quickly as the outer part of the actual incision. That is healing nice. But they didn't cut me from stem to stern, as they say, but I was still, 14, it was a 14-inch incision. So, they had the grappler hook, as I call it, in there, clamping down, and, might just spread my chest open big enough for, a 6'3" man. That's how big my surgeon is. Big guy, big Korean guy, cool dude. But, big enough for him to get his fingers and another person's fingers plus the instruments in there and do the fabulous work on my heart that he did. But still, it's just, I guess my video at this point is going to turn to kind of bitching out the insurance company. MetLife, I had them as my homeowner's insurance way back when they first come into the market. They were my homeowner's policy. They did good then. At one point they were, I think I had my car insured by them as well. But in my younger days, and I'm talking 25, 30 years ago, when they still used the Snoopy logo, Metropolitan MetLife, they were okay. I mean, I never had any problems with them. They were, I never filed a claim, but they were okay. But this time around, man, I just feel like I've been duped by the insurance company. And I know a lot of people can make videos about situations like this, and I'm just taking that opportunity to to put my piece out there. They because of my infliction wasn't specifically spelled out word for word, and my labs from my blood test when I first had my heart attack, which I had a heart attack. In fact, I had 2 heart attacks. They denied my claim, and I just can't believe that people in the insurance industry go to bed at night and collect their commission, their paychecks, and sleep well at night, knowing that guys like me, they fuck them over every day. And I'm sorry to say that like that, but that's exactly what they're doing. you know. A year and a half ago, these 3 people, I think it was, a group of 3, come to our plant, and this was under the guidance and permission of our corporate office. But you know, they're selling these plants, you know, and not giving, in my opinion, full disclosure of what they're selling. You know, I says, hey, does this cover heart ailments? Oh yeah, you're covered, right? So I bought it, you know, and I've been paying for it week after week for the last, what, probably, I said year and a half, but it's probably, you know, like 20 months, you know. Comes down to it, you think you got this banked, and kind of, excuse me, getting choked up here. You kind of plan your life around that, and then bam, zero. It's like having your head slammed against a concrete floor. You know, just when I was expecting to, you know, have funds deposited into my account, no, instead I get a letter saying that I was my claim was denied because I did not meet the criteria that was within the definitions of the plan. What bullshit, you know? I'm just pretty frustrated. I almost want to give the advice of if you're thinking about buying an insurance plan like this, take it to a lawyer. let him go over it. Let him, you know, deal with it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell people, what else to do. But at this point, don't go to MetLife, because they'll take your money. Flat out, they'll take your money. Leave you in pain in a hospital bed like they did me. That's what I got to say about that. Well, thanks for listening, and I'll post another time. Different subject. Who knows? Later.